Right now, live at 5.
The final witnesses take the stand in a murder trial in Cloquet. What they shared coming up.
Plus, a day after a threat was made against Lincoln Park Middle School, the Duluth Police Department is laying out how they investigate those kind of incidents. But first,
the reason police didn't immediately go into a school classroom during a shooting. I'm Jason Allen in Uvalde, Texas. Law enforcement tried to explain the decision today behind not immediately going inside while children and teachers were still alive.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Briggs LaSavage. Kristen is off tonight. Texas law enforcement officials are detailing a series of mistakes as they explain why it took 90 minutes to end Tuesday's shooting rampage at an elementary school. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed. Jason Allen is in Uvalde, Texas with the latest on the investigation.
Hey, for the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period.
The head of Texas Department of Public Safety worked Friday to explain what caused the delay, stopping the gunman inside Robb Elementary School.
The on-scene commander at the time believed that it had transitioned from an active shooter to a barricaded subject.
Director Stephen McCraw said the on-scene commander wrongly thought there were no more children at risk, even as trapped students and a teacher repeatedly called 911 begging for help. Law enforcement also revealed today that this school resource officer was not on the campus at the time of the shooting. They said he raced to the scene, but toward a man he saw at the back of the school who turned out to be a teacher.
In doing so, he drove right by the suspect, who was hunkered down behind a vehicle where he began shooting at the school.
Authorities say the shooter gained access to the school through a door a teacher had propped open.
My husband and I don't have any children at all. So that's why it hits me right here.
The community continues to flock to a memorial outside the school, leaving flowers and remembering all of the lives lost. Jason Allen, CBS News, Uvalde, Texas.
Authorities say the 18-year-old gunman fired more than 100 rounds based on their audio evidence and had carried more than 600 rounds inside the school. Meanwhile, new details tonight on an apparent threat against Duluth's Lincoln Park Middle School. Tonight, police told us it involved a list of names written by a student several months ago. Because of what happened in Texas this week, other students who had known about this list came forward with their concerns. Police spoke to the student who wrote the list last night and again today. They believe the names are a list of people the student was upset with or bullied by. Investigators believe it is not credible. We asked Duluth Police for an interview this morning, hoping to learn how they go about these investigations and how they continue to monitor the student to make sure nothing happens. They turned down our request, but Chief Mike Tuskin did lay out the process in a statement. As far as determining how credible a threat against a school is, they start by identifying who's responsible. They investigate the nature of the threat, the intentions, the ability to act on it, and intervention strategies to keep it from happening. That could include increased police and school staff, counseling, discipline, or referral to the juvenile justice system. The Duluth School District also turned down a request for an interview today. We wanted to know if any action is being taken against the student who made the threat and how they, too, continue to keep tabs on the student. The district pointed us to the police and shared the statement they sent to families last night. Wisconsin's governor says it's time for politicians on both sides of the aisle to discuss gun control. The Democrat said he'd like to start with a red flag law that would allow Wisconsin judges to take guns away from people who are determined to be a threat.
Could possibly make sure that it's safer for us and for the people that own guns and for the people that are around people that own guns.
Evers called a special session back in 2019 to consider a red flag law and universal background checks for gun sales. Republicans ignored him at the time. Today was the final day of testimony in the trial of a Cloquet man charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder. Sheldon Thompson is accused of killing Jackie Defoe, her toddler Kevin, and unborn baby in March of 2020. A grand jury also indicted Thompson on premeditated murder charges. That means if convicted, he could face up to life in prison. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham was in the courtroom today as testimony wrapped up.
The first to testify was Cloquet detective Eric Baker, who played a big part in the investigation into the murders. He described initially responding to a welfare check, what he found when he arrived at the scene. At Defoe's home, authorities say they found the bodies of Defoe and her son Kevin and established a crime scene. They called the BCA to collect samples and investigate that crime. They say there were screws drilled between the door and door frame and electronics were missing from several rooms. When they were finished, investigators began to try and locate Thompson. Baker described first obtaining Thompson's cell phone number before identifying vehicles and making a Facebook post to aid in the effort to find him. When Thompson was apprehended, Baker says he had ID and credit cards belonging to his brother. There was also a drill and a knife in the vehicle. They were able to find his phone in the forest on the Fond du Lac Reservation, which the BCA used to generate a detailed report on text messages and phone calls back and forth from that number. One text from Thompson to a relative said, quote, "WTF, I need to get the blank out of here." Bank transactions and video also showed Thompson and Defoe withdrew several $100s in the days before. On March 5th, 2 days before the bodies were found, several $1,000s were withdrawn in quick succession.
Thank you, Quinn. Today also featured testimony from both a former friend of Defoe's and Thompson's ex-wife. As for the defense, they didn't call any witnesses before resting their case, as Thompson opted not to testify. We'll have more on the trial's next steps tonight at 6. Meanwhile, the flooding is getting so bad in International Falls that authorities are now calling for evacuations. The Koochiching County Sheriff's Office this afternoon announced a closure of County Road 135 and Town Road 225 due to the likelihood that they'll be overtaken by Rainy Lake. Authorities also asked people in those areas to prepare to evacuate and that preparations to do so are made immediately. This was the scene today at Rainy Lake RV Park. The owner bringing in this truck to save the contents of their shed and office. A temporary evacuation point has been set up at the Bacchus Community Center on 5th Street in I Falls. We have more information about the services being offered there at CBS3Duluth.com. Representative Rob Eklund of I Falls described the situation as dire. Bo joins us now for a quick look at the weather here in Duluth today. The sun is shining and it is a beautiful one out there.
It is a very beautiful day. It's 'tis the season. Does feel like spring outside, but unfortunately we do have more rain coming and it looks like it's going to hit that area. Looking at graphics right now, watches and warnings. We still do have that flood warning in effect for that area and it's going to last for quite some time. And unfortunately we have more rain on the way. Currently right now though, we're seeing at 73 comfortably here in Duluth with mostly sunny skies. Do have a couple of clouds moving in, but overall it definitely feels like spring outside and we much deserve that. But looking outside lane radar, we're still seeing mostly clear skies, but as we head through the night, we're going to start seeing clouds increasing, and the first of several rounds of storms will begin by tomorrow morning. So for tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies, temperatures falling down to the lower 50s, upper 40s, with showers and storms beginning by early tomorrow morning. But coming up in a few minutes, Briggs, I'll break down the rain chances and the possibility of severe weather.
Thanks, Bo. Still to come on Live at 5, whether you enjoy mountain biking or ATVing, trails are starting to open all across the Northland. We've got condition reports coming up in Trail by Trail.
PB and J?
P before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm Carrie Harris, owner of Diabetic and Comfort Shoes. We have been in business in the Northland helping you with your everyday foot problems stemming from diabetes to plantar fasciitis for the past 17 years. Stop in and see the complete line of men's and women's shoes, from SAS to Allegria to Vionic, for those millions of people battling plantar fasciitis. And we still have a great selection of comfortable shoes for diabetics, Medicare and Minnesota healthcare approved. Remember, no foot problem is too big or too small. We'll find the way to your soul.
Link RV is having a no BS sale. Every unit will be marked down $1,000 to $30,000. Prices are so low that we can't show them online. With the largest selection of inventory in northern Wisconsin, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Don't miss this 4-day event, May 27th through the 30th. No gimmicks, no BS, just great prices.
Is your child on track? As a caregiver, we love watching babies reach milestones, like that first smile, that first giggle, first steps and words. Some children need a little extra help to learn and grow. If you've noticed that your child isn't reaching certain milestones, don't worry. Free help is available for children ages birth to 5. Whether your child is at home, in daycare, or in preschool, the Help Me Grow referral system connects you to the early intervention program in your area. Visit helpmegrowmn.org or your local school district to make sure your child is on track.
Duluth Playhouse proudly hosts History Theater's production of Glen Sheen the Musical. This award-winning smash hit runs June 3rd through the 12th at the North Shore Theater. Get your tickets today at duluthplayhouse.org or by calling 218-733-7555.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from I-35 in Duluth tonight. A reminder to slow down and be cautious on roads this weekend, as many people will be traveling for Memorial Day. Bo will be in with your holiday forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. Mountain biking is a go this weekend in Cable, and a large trail system is opening today in Ely. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, trail by trail. We start in Cable, Wisconsin with a report from the Chequamegon Area Mountain Biking Association. Yesterday's report says trails are drying quickly and are riding well for the long weekend ahead. All trails are open, but some clearing is still needed on the Esker, Danky Dank, and Glacier Trail. Also, a notice to riders that there will be a trail run taking place on the Ojibwe Trail Saturday, and it will be best to wait for the afternoon in order to avoid runners. And next we head to Ely with a report from the Prospector Trail Alliance, that is. They are excited to announce a large opening of their trail system today, but also caution that there are still some closures and soft spots out there. The trail system connects Ely, Babbitt, Embarrass, Sudan, and Tower, as well as 2 state parks. Today, they're opening trails 1 through 7 with no particular restrictions, but they ask you take it easy around the corners because of those soft spots. Trails 8 and 10 are partially open, and trails 11 and 12 will stay closed. Leaders added to watch out for the signs as they're in place not only to maintain the trails, but to protect rider safety too. And we wrap up tonight in Minnesota with a handy tool for checking trail conditions statewide. There are 54 state and grant and aid trails to ride, as well as state forest trails. Like we heard from the Prospector Trail Alliance, many trails faced a late thaw and now flooding issues. To see if your favorite trails are open, you can visit the DNR's off-highway vehicle page. It also gives you some links to some of their local clubs pages if you want to find a specific one. We'll have a link to that on our website, cbs3duluth.com. If you or someone you know is a part of a local ATV club or a trail association, send us a report, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, trail by trail. Still to come on Live at 5, UMD's failed chancellor search leaves significant financial impact on the university. How much they lost, coming up.
And temperatures were warm today. We reached the upper 70s, and some towns like Brainerd reached 82 degrees. But coming up next, I'm going to break down the severe threat for this holiday weekend.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Grant. I am so excited to be waking up with you every weekday from 5 to 7 right here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Hi, this is Brian. And I'm Steven. As your locally owned sporting goods store, we would like to invite you in for this upcoming spring and summer season.
Are you or your child looking to upgrade or use quality sports equipment? We are always looking to buy or trade.
Trade in! Trade up! And save!
The great experiences you have in here, even out here, all started here. Because the best customer experience always leaves a great impression. GMC, awarded #1 in sales satisfaction by J.D. Power.
Visit your Lake Country GMC dealer.
Turn your headlights on!
The KQ Morning Show, weekdays 6 to 10 on Classic Rock 95 KQDS.
Hey, you guys remember when we went on this trip?
Yeah.
Remember, Daddy, when you helped that nice lady across the street? Remember when you blew up those balloon animals for that little kid's birthday party?
That's how it's done.
Remember when you helped fix the neighbor's satellite dish?
Move to the right.
You think you can help people fight back against insurance companies?
Yes, I can.
The prosecution and defense rest their case in the trial of a Cloquet man accused on 3 counts of murder. What to expect next, coming up.
Now, I'll break down the severe outlook for this weekend's forecast.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And now your WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Bo Fogel.
Well, today was a beautiful day outside. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures being in the mid-70s, a little warmer than average. We have Brainerd right now at 82 degrees. So very warm out there in the southwest part of the Northland. But we're going to see a change coming in the next couple of hours because we're going to see clouds increasing and the chance of severe weather. So looking on satellite and radar, here's what we're looking at. We got high pressure pretty much dominating the most of the Midwest and the South, but we got systems that are developing up in Canada as well as down into Colorado. There's going to be 2 systems that we're going to keep an eye on, and so that's not going to come until tomorrow morning. So high pressure is going to keep us dry for tonight. Mostly clear, temperatures falling down to around 50 degrees, a couple of upper 40s, and then clouds are going to increase by late tonight into tomorrow morning as the first system comes through. So here's what we're looking at. We got the first round of showers and storms coming early tomorrow morning. It is going to be fast moving, but some of these storms could become strong to severe. There is a small chance for that tomorrow morning. And then throughout the day, Saturday, we're going to see some isolated showers. Saturday night to Sunday morning, we'll see a brief break, and then round 2 will come by Sunday morning, and then the main round comes Sunday night. So we got a lot of chances of showers and storms through this holiday weekend. Not only that, we're going to see winds come in off of the lake between 10 to 20 miles per hour. So all that's going to do is just going to feed more moisture into this system. So tomorrow, we do have a chance of seeing some severe weather. We do have a marginal risk for severe weather, mainly west of Interstate 35 and going north to Bemidji. Main threats are strong winds and maybe some pea-sized hail. Then Sunday, that's where the main activity begins. We're going to see, we do have a chance of severe weather. We have a slight risk pretty much for the same area, a little bit further east into Wisconsin, marginal risk for everybody else. And then down into central Minnesota, they have an enhanced risk for severe weather. These threats include strong winds, quarter-sized hail, and we can't rule out a possible chance of a spin-up. So make sure you stay up to date on the latest forecast. So this high pressure keeps us dry for tonight. Here's the first system that's going to bring us the storms for tomorrow morning. But what's going to happen is this system is actually going to die off and merge with this system. This system is going to be the one that's going to bring us the more stronger chances of severe weather Sunday morning into Sunday night. This one moves closer to us. There's going to bring a strong warm front, and that's going to make Monday pretty warm. And then another system develops behind that. So we got active weather happening for the next several days. Now, not only that, we do have chances of more flooding because we already got a lot of flooding happening up north. And with more rain coming in, we could see an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain for that area. So the next couple of days are going to be interesting. Tomorrow, highs are only going to be around 60 degrees, much cooler just because of the overcast skies and the chance of showers and storms. Much warmer as the further south you go. That warm air is heading our direction. It's going to hit us by Monday. Look at that. Monday, we're going to see a high of 83 degrees with chances of showers and storms. After that, though, it will quiet down and we will fall back to seasonal. But then Thursday and Friday, it looks like more chances of rain. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any relief from this flooding anytime soon. So pray for everybody up north.
Absolutely. As we heard from Representative Eklund, a dire situation. So maybe people can spend their long weekend heading up to help.
Yes, for sure. Definitely help everybody and definitely pray for everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bo.
No problem.
A big honor for our Northland drug investigators. The Duluth-based Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crime Task Force was named Minnesota's Narcotics Task Force of the Year. Duluth Police investigator Nate Hughes was also named Narcotics Officer of the Year. The honor comes after several major fentanyl busts recently. You'll remember 21 people were charged in January. Investigators had uncovered a major trafficking operation funneling fentanyl and heroin from Chicago to Duluth. The failed search for a new UMD chancellor cost the university system a good chunk of change. The Star Tribune reports that the university had hired a firm to consult on candidates, costing them $166,000. The university began a national search for a new Duluth chancellor after Lenley Black announced his retirement. University of Minnesota President Joan Gable announced on Monday that none of the 4 finalists invited for interviews got the job. Gable didn't explain in her announcement why no finalist was selected. And Glen Sheen is bringing back a popular summer event next week. The historic Duluth Mansion's Beer Garden opens on Wednesday. Each Wednesday in June will feature a local craft brewery and a conversation with the team behind the beer. The event is free and runs from 6 to 9 o'clock. Glen Sheen also plans to announce its Concerts on the Pier summer lineup soon. Still to come, musicians across the country are preparing to take part in Taps Across America to honor America's fallen veterans.
Save big money with 11% off everything at Menards. Give any room a fresh look with the beauty and durability of tile from Mohawk. Mohawk features over 350 ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles. All Mohawk tiles are 11% off. Complete your tiling job with professional quality installation products from Tech. Menards carries Tech mortar and grout to work with all floor and wall tile sizes. Get 11% off Tech products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Now you can bring gorgeous, fresh, organic vegetables to your table in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, go to gardenmats.com. Step 2, use our garden planner to lay out your entire garden in order. Within days, garden mats are delivered from our factory right to your door. Step 3, lay the mats down according to your design and plant. After that, spend your summer trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com today.
Dream it, build it, style it, accessorize it, and create your custom order for a Ford vehicle today. Plus, get an additional $1,500 bonus cash on top of all public offers. And incentive protection. Guarantee you the best offer now or at delivery. For a limited time, get up to $1,500 retail order bonus cash on top of all public offers. And thank you for making Ford the best-selling brand in the Twin Cities region.
Hey, neighbor, you switched to T-Mobile home internet yet? Trim your hedge. It's $50 a month with no price hikes. Damn! Son, it runs on T-Mobile's wireless 5G network. So all you gotta do is plug in one cord.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no hidden fees.
I did it. Oh! I switched to T-Mobile home internet, and I am loving it.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Why didn't you tell me to switch earlier?
Numi Jewelers is a full-service jewelry store ready to help you find the perfect piece or design your own. With our custom design services, we work with you to create the one-of-a-kind piece of your dreams. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
I'm Jim from Jim Peralt Construction, a certified TAMCO contractor. What does that mean for you?
TAMCO's full line of roofing and decking products allow me to offer the best options to homeowners. The average contractor can only offer 10 years. At Peralt Construction, we provide a full coverage 15-year labor and material warranty on residential and commercial buildings. Nobody can offer a better warranty than this.
Give us a call today to find out what Jim Peralt Construction and TAMCO can do for you.
The United States Hockey Hall of Fame Museum invites you to attend our open house celebrating the beginning of our 50th year. Free admission to all Saturday, June 18th from 12 to 4. Come join us and celebrate the history of American hockey.
The future for the Palace Bar in Superior is uncertain.
Superior Police Department is now asking the city to not renew Palace Bar's liquor license. Chief Nicholas Alexander says that's because in recent months they've been responding to more and more calls there.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
With Memorial Day just around the corner, tens of thousands of musicians are gearing up to play in one of the largest musical performances of all time. Taps Across America. On Monday at 3 o'clock sharp, they'll play taps to remember America's fallen. Elise Preston introduces us to a Vietnam veteran who's been participating in the event since it began.
Doug Nerlich runs through a series of scales and then stands quietly, his demeanor changing as he practices playing taps. Drafted into the Vietnam War as an Army medic, he was not able to save all the service members he served alongside.
I think there's an additional layer of trauma and meaning when you lose somebody who you knew as a friend, as a comrade.
On Memorial Day last year and the year before, at 3 p.m., Nerlich went into his yard to play taps, the notes from his trombone drifting through his New Jersey neighborhood. He'll do it again this year, joining a growing number of musicians participating in this new national tradition. CBS's Steve Hartman teamed up with retired Air Force bugler Yari Villanueva to launch Taps Across America in 2020.
We were just looking for a way to commemorate the holiday right in the depths of the pandemic when parades were canceled. And the fact that this is now happening, tens of thousands of times over, from the tallest mountains to the beaches, people are pausing for those 24 notes to commemorate what the holiday is really all about.
Any musician can participate, and everyone is encouraged to step outside, to listen and reflect.
I want this ultimately to be inescapable.
Nerlich says he feels duty-bound to play and share with his neighbors.
It's a way of honoring those that made that sacrifice. It's
the ultimate sacrifice for country. Elise Preston, CBS News, Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Steve Hartman is asking buglers, trumpeters, and really anyone to continue to grow this new tradition and play taps at 3 o'clock sharp local time on Memorial Day.
On this Friday night, even with record high gas prices, tens of millions of Americans hit the road this holiday weekend. The weather, the delays, and the worst time to travel. That and the day's other top headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Don't fall behind in your child's routine care. Schedule a well child check today. Same-day appointments are available. Visit essentiahealth.org.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
When it comes to your next home project, hit a grand slam with your home improvement company. Your home improvement company is Minnesota's MVP contractor. They're great about touching base throughout your project. They aced my window replacement job, and their service is so good you might get a little choked up. Your home improvement company is on deck and ready to step up to the plate. They're the clutch contractor in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a knuckleball. Hey, I'm just spitballing here.
Duke was a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Friday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Today, we learned more about the police response during Tuesday's school massacre in Uvalde, Texas. Law enforcement officials laid out the series of mistakes that resulted in it taking 90 minutes to end the deadly shooting. The head of the Texas Department of Public Safety said the response was, quote, the wrong decision, period. And coming up tonight at 6, the Twin Ports previously couldn't accommodate ships carrying large containers, but that's about to change. Businesses across the Midwest have been forced to move their product through coastal ports elsewhere, which have experienced backups due to the pandemic and the conflict in Ukraine. How local companies are using Duluth as an option to answer the nation's shipping backlog, coming up at 6. Bo, a sunny night ahead of us.
Yes, we got mostly clear skies for tonight. As we head into late tomorrow morning, we're going to see clouds increasing, but there is a chance of severe weather for tomorrow. You can see where the marginal risk is, mainly over west of Interstate 35 in Minnesota. And then Sunday becomes a bigger threat. We have a slight risk for the majority of the Northland with marginal for the rest. So please stay up to date on the latest forecast as we bring you more updates.
Thank you, Bo. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.